Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be learning the concept of QUICKSORT. Let's say we have a list like this and we want to sort it using QUICKSORT. For this we need a pivot value. A pivot value is a value which will be used to compare it with other values and sort the list. We can take any pivot value. It could be the first value, a median value, or the last value. Or the best will be taking average of these three values and taking it as a pivot. For the simplicity of this video, I will take last element as the pivot value and compare it with other elements. After taking the pivot value, we will compare it with the elements, and the value smaller than the pivot value will be kept in a separate list, and the values that are greater than the pivot value will be kept in a separate list. And like so, we will take pivot value from these two lists and keep on comparing until the list is sorted. Let's see how we can code this algorithm in Python. Let's define a function first. We will call it QUICKSORT, and inside the QUICKSORT we will pass list as a parameter. After this, we will check the length of this list. If the value of length is less than or equal to 1, then there will be no value to compare, right? So we will just return the list itself. But if there is more than one value, we will take a pivot value and compare it with other values. So else, let's create a pivot value. To create a pivot value, we will remove the last element using pop function. So what this pop function does is it will remove the last element from the list and return the value to the pivot variable. Now we have the pivot value, right? So to store the lower and higher values, I will create two different lists. One will be lower list, it will be empty at first, and other will be higher list, it will be empty as well. Now we have everything that we need, right? We have list, we have pivot value, and we have two different lists to store higher and lower values. So what we need to do is we need to take the value from the list and compare it with the pivot value. So for this, I will use for loop for I in list. So what this will do is this will take each element inside the list. And now we have each element inside the list. What we need to do is we just need to do comparison. So if I is less than pivot value, so we will append the lower value inside the lower list using append function and putting I inside it. So if the value is less than pivot value, we will put it inside lower value, right? Now what we need to do is we need to write else. Now if the value of I is greater or equal to pivot point, we will put it inside higher value. So it will be higher dot append and we'll put I inside it. Now we have done comparison and appended the value inside lower and higher list, right? So what we need to do is we need to keep on doing this until the list is sorted. So for this, I will just return the lower value plus pivot value and then the higher value. So what we are doing here is we are using recursion to pass lower list, pivot value and higher list until the list is sorted. Now our logic is finished. Let's call the function and see if it actually works. I'll just print QUICKSORT and pass random list inside it. It's a very random value, so don't worry. As you can see here, our list is sorted. By following this simple logic, we can sort any list with no matter how much value it's inside of it. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. Goodbye.